This show is brought to you by
the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Ramney Tertola Pier Park, and Digicel. Sign up for Digicel Plus Home Light bundles, faster internet, movies, and sports. Since its founding in the early 2000s, the Youth Empowerment Program, better known as BVI, has quietly grown into a model of success, drawing attention far beyond the Virgin Islands. Visitors from across the Caribbean and even overseas often leave with the same thought: this works. Some come offering ideas and even resources to help take the program even further. Others come hoping to take a piece of YEP with them. Rotary District 7020 Governor William Bill Aken was one of those visitors. Guided by District 7020 Assistant Governor Mrs. Rosemary Flax, alongside President of the Rotary Club of Sunrise of Rotown, Faith Smith Penn, Governor Aken and his wife were given a first-hand tour of YEP, and by the end of it, they weren't just impressed. They were asking for the blueprint. Join them on the tour. There's plenty to discover.
We had an idea to do this. Got together, some members of the community got involved. We put up some money to start construction. When that started, Rotary was involved. Rotary Club Tortola, because we have board members who are Rotarians. So then they started helping us with programming, so they did volunteerism through it, connecting with the children, mentorship and stuff. Fast forward, we did infrastructure planning in the back where we did a basketball court for the children. A Rotarian did the design, a Rotarian company got involved and built. So it was that. Then the annual gala that Rotary has, we got involved with that. So we got funding through that. Through the years now, we did pop-up programs in the town, which is Rotown. And we did one, I think, around COVID. We had 100 children that were enrolled, 200 children that wanted to get in. Fast forward again now, where we have Rotary Club Sunrise, who's been doing the Peace Bowl with us, was our first one. They also gave us a defibrillator. So as an educator in the BVI, staff is usually trained for first response, but then seldom would you find a defibrillator on hand. A lot of the public places we're still working to try to get them there. So this is phenomenal that we have that, and our staff gets trained every September, but we will accelerate it earlier this year for them to learn how to do it, and possibly have some of our teens learn as well how to do it. Through Rotary Club Sunrise, I'm trying to keep everything together, because it's 3-4 of them. They're going to be doing a Hen Haven project with us. So our program is called YEG. We want to do YEGs. So they're going to do layers, and they'll have the responsibility of trying to take care of them and dealing with them.
What does the YEG stand for?
Youth Empowerment Project. So we're going to just do YEGs. Instead of eggs, we're just going to throw a Y in front of it and call it YEGs. Just so it'll be catchy for the children. So this will allow them, we have a booming culinary program, even though our kitchen is very small. So they will do a lot of farm to table, so to speak. It helps them, and it helps them give them that independence at home so that they can prepare meals for themselves, because some of them do come from single families, and that helps them. So we also have Rotary Club Central Tortola. So they are doing a mentorship program with us, which we should be launching between this month and next month. And almost every Rotary Club gets involved with YEP in some form of fashion. We're greedy about that, and we also try to spread it. So what we have right now, our daily enrollment is about 60 to 65 children. Out of school time, summer, Easter, and Christmas, our enrollment can go up to 125, 150. It's absolutely free. No enrollment costs for the last 20-something years. We have a program called LEAD, which is up there. We started that 2 years ago, Learning, Earning, and Advancing Dreams. That's a workforce training program for 15 to 17-year-old children. They do soft or essential skill training, and we focus on hospitality first because it's one of our main pillars. But now we've branched into architecture, real estate, and that kind of stuff. So we have a cohort starting, I think, next week. 20 teenagers enrolled in all the public schools we have here and private high schools. They're going to do soft skills training with an HR company. When they're finished with
It's
that,
amazing.
they will do
Amazing.
internships. Thank you. Internships with private companies. First part of it will be unpaid. If they're doing what they're supposed to do, they'll get paid for a week. We're paying them, so we're the mediator between them and the companies, kind of like acting like the parents, so to speak. When they're finished with that, they'll get a certificate, which is going to be a gold standard for us going forward. So any child who's 15 years old, that's the legal age to have social security payments and stuff, we want them to be able to do this training program, so when they arrive on the job, employers are not frustrated that they don't know how to follow instructions, they don't know how to ask proper questions and stuff. Once that program has gone through what it should be going to within the first half of this year, we'll evaluate it, try and do another cohort if possible, if we can raise funds. The children who are interested in hospitality, with them, we have a memorandum of understanding with the college. So they will go into a certificate-based program to be able to do that, so that they can get that running. And we're hoping that we can then have internships in construction and other things going on. Now, the issue we have is that the children in the first cohort enjoy the program so much that they want to get in, so we're extending it for that first set, but they're not going to be paid for their internships. It'll fall on the employer that is partnering with us. Other than that, we broke ground last year for Virgin Water. I was there this week. Our facility there is about 1.5 times the size of this, right? We have dedicated rooms for dance, robotics, that kind of stuff. So right now we are going through the process of seeking funds to donate towards rooms. We have all the funds for the construction of the building, the main part of the building. So we're excited about that. That should be open for summer this year. Enrollment up there should go between 85 to 100 just to commence. And that's about it.
So wonderful. So I heard robotics.
Yes, sir.
Are you teaching the kids coding?
Yes,
or,
sir.
oh, wonderful, wonderful.
So they have been doing coding at a lower level. They do it within the school system as well. We just got a donation of a kit. There was two college students out of UCLA that came, visited us. They spec'd a kit for us. We have it in there. I have a former student of mine who's into telecoms and software in terms of developing apps. So he's been doing some of the work in here with them. We're piloting it, trying to figure it out, and then once that's done, we should be having regular sessions here, and then we'll also turn that into games, right? Just to try to get them more enticed into it. Yeah. And we also do community service. A lot going on inside the building. So yeah, and I have
Sounds like a great
4 full-time staff.
How the peace program is going?
So one of the things when it comes to YEP is confrontation and being able to conflict resolution. With the Peace Poll and that program, it's been ongoing for quite a while. It allows my staff to stop, get the children involved in resolution versus conflict. Because we have children in here from age 7.5 up to 14, 15, because of that age differential, you'll see that there are issues where you may have bullying, you may have a little bit more aggression, especially with the little ones. So it has helped the staff develop within the building children who are able to mediate and figure it out. It also helps us when we have issues on the court in the back, because some will want to dominate versus others. It also helps us when they're in teams. So you'll have that mixed ages within teams, and it helps them to be able to understand, I need to be a little bit more patient with the younger one, I need to listen to the older one because they're older and they have that authority. So definitely something, and my staff has been working with that tremendously. Otherwise, I think they would have pulled up the pool already.
This month is Peace and Conflict Prevention. What can we do this month in particular? Is there anything you want us to come in and do?
Well, within YEP we have our mentorship Fridays. So we invite persons in from the community to talk about their life as a child. So for example, when you have children in this area, because in the after school program is primarily this part of the island, if they see someone who they can say, okay, I can identify with that person. They grew up in the same area I grew up in. Now they're this level in their professionalism. They can tell me stories of things like personal stories, and that connection. It helps them identify with someone, especially if it's not all the rosy and good stories. A child needs to hear that life can be hard. You know, when I was growing up, I was told education is the key. Education is still the key. But that conflict resolution, knowing how to deal with people, how to interact with people, but also knowing that life will throw that hardship at you, have them have more of a realistic understanding. And also seeing someone who they may see occasionally. I know that lady went through something maybe I'm going through right now, and it may give them a little more encouragement.
So I'm glad you asked the question, AJ, because Mentorship Friday, we have started to collaborate. So last month that was vacation. We came and we gave certain courses as relates to etiquette. We had Motarian Albert, who was there last night, and he spoke of his experience and empowered them and motivated the students as well. Myself, having a background in hospitality as well, showed them how to make table setting and had them into different groups. So we continue and we're in constant dialogue to continue the Mentorship Fridays.
Sure. Are the students taught about table etiquette and that sort of thing as well?
So there are different programs. YEP has about 40 to 50 programs. We're affiliated with the Boys and Girls Club of America. We're also affiliated with their international arm, which has separated. It's the World Clubs, right? So we have a sister club in Asbury Park in New Jersey. So we take their programs and we culturally adjust them for us, and we've created our own. So there's a program called Beyond the Plate. Beyond the Plate, the farm to table, but also the sitting and the setting. We also try to give our children opportunities, even if they're younger, to perhaps go to a restaurant or someplace, sit down and learn how to sit, learn that their table manners and those kind of things. So not all of them are exposed to that. What I neglected to mention is the enrollment process here is a child will come. They'll say they want to be enrolled. There's a contract for them to sign. They will take that contract and that enrollment form home, and their parents will then have to send it back. But they take the onus on it, and we hold them accountable for their behavior here before we hold their parents accountable.
Is there any integration of artificial intelligence in the programs?
So the program that we have in terms of tech, recently I actually mandated my staff to review our standards when it comes to technology competence. So there is an element in there where we're going to look at AI. They're using it. They're using ChatGPT. They're using Perplexity. But the issue is that they're believing everything. So I grew up, or I eventually came to the point where Google was everything for us, but we still had to verify. Now they're just like asking ChatGPT, and it creates a problem, especially because the accessibility now is so easy that they just go in, they ask a question, and they don't question it. So we're building that within there when it comes to research, when it comes to them preparing their projects and everything, for them to understand they have to look for validity, and then we can take it from there. So yeah, definitely.
Great. As a parent myself, this is a wonderful program. It's a support program for those very busy families and upcoming families with their young children. A safe place where we can rest assured that they're being engaged, they're being taught, they're being developed, and they are safe. So I really want to congratulate the BVI family, Rotary family, and others on this wonderful initiative, and I know that it can only get stronger. Thank you so much for all that you do.
All right, thank you.
Yes, I want to endorse what the First Lady has just said. I mean, this is a wonderful project that is focused on human development, and I am very happy to know all the Rotary clubs of the British Virgin Islands are involved one way or another.
And as time change, we adapt to the changes and the needs of the community. And so we were privileged to make a donation of a defibrillator to the Youth Empowerment Project. And next, the training will continue so that both the advisors and also some of the students, the older students, will know how to assist in the time of an emergency. So we're delighted to collaborate. All that.
It is very much appreciated. Every room in the building except the kitchen and the computer lab is multifunctional. You can see by the tables that we try to maintain our environment where you can tell children are here. So all the artwork in the building was done by the children. I think there's one that was done by a pastor.
Take risks and learn from your mistakes. Always do your best work. Don't forget to name your work. Put lids back on markers. Treat art equipment with care. Tidy materials going after use. Clean up after yourself. Excellent.
Which one stands out most to you? a mom will say that, and what would dad say?
Number one for me, take risks and learn from your mistakes. You know, sometimes people are afraid to make mistakes, and that holds you back. So to be successful, you have to take risks. You have to fail and get up, brush yourself off, and go again. That's life.
And some people say failure is success.
Absolutely, yes.
Another way of learning how not to.
Draw your attention to this. So it's a bit messy, but all the children that enter the program, given the opportunity to write their name here in the year that they started, and they're asked to select a career. Obviously, in the Virgin Islands, like any other developing country, children are attracted to certain things. Athletes, they're attracted sometimes to maybe construction, different things. So we try to give them the opportunity to think and then rethink. The wonderful thing about it is that they come back. So we've had Miss BVIs, we've had different persons that come back into the community who said, hey, I remember when I wanted to be a fireman, but now I'm actually more interested in IT. So it sets a goal for them and it gives them something to go and look at as much as possible. The other board down there is just to sign to say you were here. Over the years, we've had persons have come back and they've said, you know, where's my name? What happened with my name? Like this young lady, she now works in the Premier's office. So I've followed my children over the years to see where they are, and I've been proud when people are complimenting how wonderful they are, and then they were like, okay, well, that's nice, but then I was a yuppie. So they make sure they point out that this is the program that they went through. We have children that have been here. We have past yuppies who are sending their neighbors here. And we've had some celebrities that have also passed through the building. So it's giving them the opportunity to think a lot broader in terms of what they want to do and where they want to go. I've never seen anyone. That's my Sierra. My Sierra is, I think, she's a red belt in Taekwondo now. She was a very introverted child, seldom spoke. It took a lot to get her where she needed to be, and through a lot of community work, because Yep works with everyone in the community. She's now a confident wonderful freshman at HLSCC. She should have a black belt hopefully this year, God's willing. And it's a testament to who she is. She couldn't swim, she can swim, she wanted to scuba dive, but she wasn't able. It's like, so most of them in the beginning I am connected to. As time goes by, now my staff is becoming more connected to them because there is a process. But yeah,
I must tell Chelsea she needs to come in. She's a lawyer now and an international mediator.
Sweet. So
you keep touch with those children.
I see her when I saw her last year when we were in studying finance. So I saw her in a different light, and I have spoken to Corey on several occasions. He even told me that you guys have eggs as well.
Recently, oh my God.
So there is a program in the US that's a charter school that was created in urban areas, and they focus on more of a qualitative approach, and they look for character traits that would drive towards success. I think there are two of them that are missing from the wall. They probably need to put them back up if fell. So these are the character traits that KIP, which is Knowledge is Power program, focused on: optimism, gratitude, self-control, curiosities, social intelligence. Grit is also one, which is my favorite, and there are two others. When you look at a child in their report card, it would have their character traits, punctuality, those kind of things, and there is value to that, but we wanted to go further. These allow children in our program, it is integrated into it, and they're reminded these are the things that you need to do. By keeping these traits, you're more likely to be successful versus not downplaying the academics, but letting them know there's more to life than academics, because a balanced child is much more important.
And no matter how bright you are, ultimately these are the things that determine success.
Especially the curiosity when it comes to children, for them to understand that there is nothing wrong with curiosity. It is necessary.
We have some very bright doctors back home who are creating havoc because they have no social intelligence and no self-control.
And it's a fact.
It's a fact. So now so these characteristics ultimately determine your success. Not how bright you are. It's social intelligence.
Post it in your classroom.
And gratitude is so important.
So yes, they are divided into teams, and occasionally my staff also divide them based on these traits, and they focus on those traits. So they're heavily integrated into what we do, and also cultural activities are very integrated. We have the mentorship Fridays. Last year we did our cultural Fridays. So people came in with cold pots. They came in to teach how to make cassava bread. Around Christmas we do tarts and traditional Virgin Islands stuff. So all of that is integrated to try to keep them as rounded as that's possible. Environmental projects are also done during the summer through grants. We do swimming. I do snorkeling and scuba diving in my private time, and I bring it into this program. So there's so much more in this program for a child who maybe their parent can't afford to take them out for the summer, and there's a lot in here because it allows them a place that's safe, that's outside of home, outside of church, outside of school, that is non-judgmental. And I found that the approach here is more one of, if you value the experience, you'll do what's necessary in order to keep the experience. So children over the years have been in and out of the program for periods of time where they're banned a day, maybe two, and I've seen some of the roughest children cry because they want to come back. And you know, even children here have evolved to the point of being youth development professionals with us, YDPs, where they are actually teaching. And you know, during the summer we try to give them apprenticeship here as well. You'll see how their maturity grows and their appreciation on the opposite side of what we offer is extended.
Honorable Minister, this is such an awesome program for human development in our children. We don't have anything close to this in Jamaica as far as I'm aware. Would it be possible for you to come to Jamaica and help us implement a program like this?
An invitation that signals the next chapter, taking empowerment beyond borders.
So I am absolutely willing to help any of my family in the Caribbean duplicate or even start anything that's similar to this when it comes to youth empowerment and human development. So absolutely, we are working on our expansion in Virgin Gorda, which means our manual and everything that we do is being finalized, and is being finalized for that purpose, for duplication.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I've witnessed a lot of good things, and this is among the best.
We appreciate that.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.